If you want to dispel the darkness, you got to turn on light. And we have to be that light. We've got to walk in as light. We've got to illuminate through education and awareness, through training. That's turning on the light in some of these areas that we want to see in an example of what you're talking about in trafficking, or whether it's trafficking or domestic violence, for our faith leaders and people of faith and our community leaders to be proactive in. But you got to turn the light on. Those are areas that are dark, and education, awareness, and training is what's going to turn the light on. And you got to turn the light on when there's injustices. We can't, keep that light hidden. If we're going to be silent in those spaces, if we're going to ignore what's really happening in those spaces, then how can we have other people be proactive in these spaces in addressing these issues that are killing our children, that are killing our women particularly. And so that turn on the light is for me like been one of my anchor statements, that if you want to do anything against injustices that we're seeing in our nation, in your community or in your neighborhood, you got to turn on the light. And that light comes in a lot of different forms. Number one, as God's love, that's light right there. Walking in the room, they need to know that, you hear that saying that, it doesn't matter how much you tell a person you care until you show a person you care, right? So coming not just with the word, but coming to feed their bellies, coming with resources, right? So they see that as part of light. And then the light again, coming in with education and training and awareness against a lot of the atrocities that we're facing. And it's not just in trafficking. It's not just in domestic violence. It's in maternal mortality, severe morbidity. It's in youth mental health. It's in suicidal ideations. It's in suicide. It's in substance use disorders. It's in the increase in opioid addiction. It is so much that we're tackling. And so how do we turn on the light in those spaces?
Hi, everybody. This is Jim Lyon, the host of the All That to Say podcast. Thanks for listening. And be sure and follow us, All That to Say, so that you don't miss any of the fearless conversation.